What's going on, everyone? So, LeBron James is going into year 21, and there's been a lot of talk and emphasis on just the commitment that he is putting in. He's waking up at like 3 a.m., immediately getting workouts. I mean, he seems rejuvenated. He seems refreshed. He seems like a guy that has a mission, is determined, and ready to win an NBA championship. And he should. Rob Pelinka did his job and built a roster that is perfect for LeBron James. And I really think that this is the deepest, most talented roster front to back that LeBron has ever had. I mean, LeBron's had some talented rosters, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them have been very front loaded heavy, right? You know, some rosters have had like 7 guys, whatever. I mean, you're talking a legit 12 guys that you can make an argument for the starting lineup and play significant roles in minutes, right? They also got a bunch of sizable players that can fill in for him at any point, any moment. This is a LeBron built roster for a LeBron that is in year 21, gonna be 40, and still playing at an elite high level. And I love that. But LeBron is very likely going to get a lot of just, time restrictions, right? I think his minutes will be dropped down. I think he plays around 30 minutes a game, if that. I think he's going to have nights off. One of the beautiful things is that he is grandfathered in to the new rules of like you can't sit 2 all-stars at the same time. So that means that they could rest LeBron James and Anthony Davis if they wanted to, which I think is great. And LeBron, out of anybody, LeBron should be grandfathered in. Again, he's 20. He's in year 21. Like he's not 21. He's in year 21. And again, 39 years old, going to be 40. So if anybody deserves it, it is absolutely him. But Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham were in a press conference, and they talked a little bit about, LeBron and getting him some rest. And one of the things that was emphasized was the Lakers are planning to manage James' minutes and offensive workload more than in years past. And general manager Rob Pelinka cited that the team's depth as a way to do that. This was from Jovan Buha of The Athletic. But again, LeBron, that was a real key point of emphasis in that interview. And they talked about him as the leader and, him being so unselfish and willing to kind of let guys and wanting guys to run the show, right? He wants Anthony Davis to take that next step and be the number 1 guy on this team. And Anthony Davis has been putting in the work, putting in the hours, putting in the effort to be that. He's been in the gym like a madman. Did a whole video breaking down Anthony Davis and that whole conversation and what Rob Pelinka told him before the extension and what he expects. And Anthony Davis put in the work. If you want to see that, go check out that video after this one. But like LeBron wants AD to be the guy. We saw LeBron really willing to defer to Austin Reeves and allow Austin Reeves to close down the stretch and allow Austin Reeves to have the ball. And LeBron actually playing within the offense rather than being the offense. And to me, that is massive. And I really hope that that continues. I really do hope that LeBron doesn't try to overwhelm and dominate the basketball, right? You have such a deep, talented roster. Utilize it, right? Pace yourself. We need him healthy come the playoffs. Problem is last year is the roster was so bad. We needed LeBron to go get 30 to 40 a game just for us to be in the games, not even win them. How many times did he score 30 or 40 points and we lost, right? We just needed him to do that to just be in the games. And look, we were terrible. Didn't even look like we were going to make the play-in. LeBron was chasing a title, right? Not NBA title, but the scoring title, right? Like there was a lot that went into it. LeBron, I don't know this, but my guess is he was like, I'm not going to make the playoffs. I might as well go and pass Kareem. And he did. But this year is different, right? He's got a team that is more than capable of winning an NBA championship. He's got the other superstar that has proven alongside him to be able to win a championship with the team very similar to this. And that team wasn't as big, didn't have as much depth and overall talent. And LeBron's got to know, all right, I need to start letting other guys take the reins, right? I need to allow other guys the opportunity to shine and thrive so I can kind of take a step back. I really do think LeBron is going to kind of coast a bit this season. Look, he's still going to go get his 20 plus points because, I mean, LeBron on the court, period, is a guy that, I mean, as soon as he walks on the court, there's 20 points. But I think we'll see what he kind of did this towards the back half of the season in the playoffs, where he kind of scored in bursts, right? Like you would see him, he'd get on the court, he'd go and, he'd give you 3 or whatever in the first quarter. And then he'd give you like another 3 in the second quarter. And then he'd give you like 8 in the third. And then he'd go give you 10 in the fourth. And it's like, oh, he had, 24 points. It's like, oh, wow. All right. Or how many times do we see LeBron with like 5 points at halftime and then he finished the game with like 30? And it's like, he scored 25 points in the second half. And it's like, yeah, he did it in bursts, he did it in spots, right? Like, I would like to see LeBron kind of conserve himself throughout the course of a regular season. And then, in the games where we need him to close down the stretch, he goes and closes down the stretch. That would be ideal. That's kind of my hope in that regard, that he doesn't try to like overdo it during the regular season, especially like LeBron also pretty much his whole career has always liked to get other guys going early, right? And let other guys score and let other guys shine. And then he kind of just gets his points throughout. And then down the stretch, he'll really kind of take over. Kind of want to see that, but a little more extreme. Also, I've seen a lot of people talk about how like they don't think LeBron is going to be willing to be on like a minute restriction. I don't think he's going to be on a minute restriction, but I do think he plays around 30 minutes a game. Now, outside of the year that we first got Russell Westbrook and, we had that team that just didn't even make the play-in, before that happened, like LeBron James, since being with the Lakers, has only averaged about 32, 33 minutes a game. I don't think it's that crazy to think with this roster and this talent that LeBron wouldn't be willing to go to 30 minutes a game. And there's no reason for him to be playing more than that. But again, LeBron has to be committed. LeBron has to buy in because that'll make things a lot more easier. Again, I'm not saying LeBron can't take over in spots. I'm not saying LeBron can't dominate the ball in spots, right? But he's talked about heavily the last few years of him wanting to play off the ball more and him not wanting to have as much responsibilities, right? And him just kind of choosing when to take over when he needs to, right? But his actions haven't shown that. Again, it did in the playoffs and it did towards the back half of last season, but how much of that was actually injury rather than him committing to that? He's in year 21. He's coming off of a serious foot injury. He's been injured pretty much every year that he's been on the Lakers, right? Like, he needs to be okay with kind of taking that step back. He's still going to be top 10 guy in the league, right? I mean, LeBron, like, if anything, his assists probably go up. The rebounding's probably the same. And his points probably drop a couple points, right? I think he gets to, around 23 to 25. A lot of people think like, oh, there's no way he's not going to score more than 25. Or he would retire before he couldn't score 25. Again, he's capable of it. It's one thing to be able to. It's another thing to have to, right? Like, and even if LeBron scored 23 a game next season, that would still be historic. That would still be unprecedented. That would still be absolutely mind-boggling and ridiculous. You're telling me if he went and gave you, 23 points, let's say 8 rebounds and 11 assists, or 12 assists or something like that, and or just led the league in assists, you don't think that would be ridiculous? Of course it would. It would be unfair. So I don't think it's that far-fetched. It's just hard to fathom because we've never seen him actually do it, right? We've never actually seen him take that step and be willing to do that. But at some point, he's going to have to regardless. And you have a roster and the talent to actually do it. Why not do it? Right? Why not do it now? Now is probably the best you've ever had to be able to do that. So start making that transition. And again, Rob Pelinka and Darvin Ham really talked about this heavily about wanting to give LeBron the talent, the depth, and the rest, and allow him to kind of dictate and manage himself. right? Because like they talked about it, you know, nobody manages LeBron better than LeBron, right? And it's true, right? Nobody. I mean, LeBron knows when he's tired. LeBron knows when he's starting to get worn down. I mean, LeBron puts so much money, time, energy, you name it, into just his game and stuff. Like, he knows, right? And the Lakers now can allow him to kind of, all right, take me out of the game. Let me get some rest, or let me just kind of sit on this possession. You guys take over. You guys go do that. I'm here if you need me as a bailout. But if you got it, go get it. That's kind of what I think. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think Lakers really manage LeBron's minutes this year? Do you think LeBron will be willing to allow the Lakers to manage his minutes this year? How do you feel? What your thoughts are? Let me know down in the